Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I am Monae and you are watching Life is Monae. In this video, we're going to be talking about some of the book series that I've heard about and come across recently that sound really interesting and that I think I really want to read. Book series up on my list is going to be Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I spoke about Throne of Glass in the books that I've never read video, and Monty commented on that video and said, how about we just buddy read it? Which at the time I was like, sure, why not? But I am a big Sarah J. Maas fan. I don't even recall that Monty loved Crescent City, which is like blasphemous. Monty's reading taste is peculiar, and he critiques books under a very big, thick magnifying glass. So wish us luck, because I feel like it's just gonna be me loving everything about the series and then Monty trashing everything about the series, and that might make for a fun buddy read or it might frustrate me. But either way, I'm still excited to be reading it with Monty. I recently ordered the first book, so we hope to get started soon. I have a really crazy reading schedule in August. I have something really fun and exciting and near and dear to my heart coming, so you guys stay tuned for that. And I know that he's not available in September, so I don't know when we're going to have a chance to get through all these books, but I ordered book one and he has book one, so we will be getting started on it. Okay, just if you follow It's Monty Price, then you know, so just say a prayer for your girl. The next book series that I want to hop into, you guys have seen in my birthday book haul, and that is going to be the City of Brass series. I actually don't know the correct term or name for the City of Brass series because I suck, and honestly, in whatever series that I am reading or that I hear about, I normally call the entire series by the first book that comes out, so that's fun. But I have heard really great things about City of Brass. It is high up on my list for me to get to. I don't know that I'm going to get to it this month in July just because we're more than halfway through the month already. Then, like I said before, August is completely booked and I don't know when I'm going to be able to read it. I have the hotties on a Zoom call and I see them talking, and like in this chat, you never know who's getting dragged, and it could very well be me at this moment. But I'm going to try to ignore them and finish this video. And I don't even know why I'm still on the Zoom call with them while I'm recording, because it's distracting as hell. The next book series that I want to read, I actually didn't retain a lot of information about the synopsis because my brain is full of other pointless information, but I want to read the Truly Devious series. I know that it's like a murder, I think it's like a murder mystery at like a school with a girl. That's all that I know, but I watched a lot of reviews on it, and I watched the non-spoilery reviews, and I didn't retain what the book was about, but I did watch everybody rave about it and say how much they loved it and that it was just their favorite book ever, and I was sold on the energy. Do you ever hear or like see about a book that you're like, probably not my taste, you're just not intrigued enough to read it, and then you hear somebody talk about it and like they sell you on it because the energy is just there, and that's how it is for this Truly Devious series. Yeah, I want to read it purely off energy, okay? In this world of books, sometimes you find the best books of your life by just picking it up for no reason. That's why I like to go into most of the books that I read not knowing anything about it, because it's literally just like opening a whole new world and you never know what you're going to expect, and that way you don't have expectations, so the book can't let you down. In the book community, we hype up books a lot, and then we go and we buy these books and we're super excited to read them, and then once we read it, we're like, why was everybody in love with this book when it's mediocre at best? So to make it fair to the authors that I am reviewing, to make it fair to the readers on my channel who may actually like the book, I like to go into a lot of my books not knowing anything about it so I can judge the plot and the writing as is. So the next book series that I want to get into was actually supposed to be like a trilogy, I think, but it just got extended to like 6 or 7 books, and that's going to be the Bone season. This month I'm buddy reading Priory. It's like a good 5 or 6 of us reading this book, and every single one of us loves it. I know that people get intimidated by Priory because it's such a massive book, and it is almost 900 pages, but it has been amazing so far. The writing has been chef kiss, and I was so like in love with the book that I was kind of sad to find out that the author did not make Priory a book series, because even in this first book, I'm only 250 pages in. I'm almost 300 pages into this book, and already I can tell that this book didn't have to be 900 pages. Like, she could have divided this book up into 3 books and I would have bought all 3, shout out to capitalism. Okay, we're struggling with capitalism right now. Okay, we hate to see it. But I'm being honest with you guys, I would have bought all of her books. I'm researching this author and I'm like, why was Priory not extended, sis? Everybody's like, nah, instead of making Priory a series, she extended her Bone Season series. I haven't seen a lot of reviews on the Bone Season. Actually, I don't think I've seen one review on the Bone Season. I have no idea what it's about because that's the way we roll over here. We've already discussed that. Don't be shocked. Okay, don't act like you don't know. I looked at the reviews on Goodreads and you can never trust Goodreads, okay? Because they just need to, their whole rating scale throws me off because I've seen books that like were absolute trash get high ratings on there, and then I found hidden gems that has low ratings. So Goodreads has no taste. And so we don't take them seriously. And I believe this book had like 3.5 or 3.6 rating on Goodreads, but I'm already in love with the author's writing. And the fact that she decided to extend the Bone Season, then that must be where the tea is. And I want to know what's up with sis. So that's honestly like, as soon as I finish Priory, I'm going to check my library because in my last video, I said that we were going to put a cap on our capitalism. So I'm going to check out my library, or maybe I'll check like Libby and see if they have the Bone Season on there. I know that Erin from Booked and Busy found it on Thrift Books, all 3 books for like $15, which is actually a really good price. But considering how much money I just spent on books, I am putting a leash on myself. So unless I get the book from the library or free on Libby, I don't see me reading it anytime soon, but I feel like I should be able to get my hands on it easily. I don't know when I'm going to get to the Bone Season, but it is another series that is high up on my list. I need some more of her writing because she's killing the game. And you know what? I recently found out that the author of Priory was on Twitter saying that people didn't appreciate her as much as they appreciate male authors, and everybody just kept saying that she was whining and complaining, and it is what it is. But have you not read Priory? The book is good and she deserves rights, and I'm here to help her fight for her rights. Over here, we don't take the Priory slander. Don't put it in my comments. Thank you. The next book series that I have is going to be the Infernal Devices. Now, I do have City of Bones, and the only reason that I really wanted to read City of Bones was to get more of a backstory on Chain of Gold, because I did read Chain of Gold, and I can't say that I'm the biggest Cassandra Clare fan ever, but I did enjoy the book. I did enjoy some parts of her writing, but upon further research, I figured out that the characters in Chain of Gold are the descendants of the characters from the Infernal Devices. So I was told that if I really wanted more history on Chain of Gold, instead of reading the Mortal Instruments, I should read the Infernal Devices, which now makes sense, but didn't make sense at the time because I had no clue about the Shadowhunter world. And so that was a little confusing. But now we've educated ourselves, people. We're up to speed. We're up to date. I own the City of Bones and I got it for a really good price. I think I paid $4 for that book and it's brand new. So, I mean, I'll probably read it eventually, definitely, or I might gift it to someone who wants to fall in love with the Shadowhunter world. But I know that in place of reading City of Bones, I think I want to read the Infernal Devices just because I already know that aspect of the world and I'd like the backstory on that. I don't want to read City of Bones hoping to know more about the characters in Chain of Gold and not have that in the book, and then that causes me to not like the book. So I'll still read City of Bones. I just don't know when. I own it. Okay, calm down. It'll be read. So the next book series that I want to get into is, honestly, I have no idea what I feel going into this, but you guys know, if you're a real deal, true LifeAsMonae fan, you know how I feel about Strange the Dreamer. I talk about it all the time. I'm a broken record, I know, but I just love the book. And I have heard mixed reviews about it from people who like it and people who didn't like it. And some of the people who weren't in love with Strange the Dreamer, they had read Daughter of Smoke and Bone, which is the first book series that Lonnie Taylor put out. And the writing is so different in Strange the Dreamer than it is from Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And I think most of her fans from the first series loved it so much that they went into the second series, or they went into the second book, which is Strange the Dreamer, and her writing was just completely different, that it kind of threw them off because it wasn't what they were used to being served from her. I've seen a lot of people debate over which is her better series, if it's Strange the Dreamer or Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and I am a diehard fan for Strange the Dreamer, and so I want to go back and read her other other works. So I really want to check out Daughter of Smoke and Bone, because if that slaps like Strange the Dreamer slaps, then Lonnie Taylor might be my favorite author yet. And I'm really excited about it. I don't have really high expectations because I don't know the synopsis. Guys, I don't know what it's about. So you can't really let me down here. I just know her writing from reading the books that I've already read from her, and I've already been pre-warned that the writing is different. But I already think that she's just like this magical mega genius writer in my mind. So it's going to be hard for her to kind of disappoint me. So stay tuned for that. Wish me luck. I'm excited to read Daughter of Smoke and Bone. It actually, I think, is coming up on its 10-year anniversary, and it's getting recovered, which is great because I wasn't really digging the covers of Daughter of Smoke and Bone, the original ones. They weren't the cutest, especially because I love the UK edition of Strange the Dreamer, which I have. And I was just like, these covers just don't hit with the same amount of impact as Strange the Dreamer. So I seen the new ones for the US and I seen the new ones for the UK, and I'm cool with either or. I can get my hands on. I think they release in December, so that's far enough into the future. I should have a hold on my capitalism by then, and I should be able to buy those and indulge in those. So although I'm really excited to read the series, I know that I'm going to wait until I can get the new print covers, because if I'm going to buy it, then I'm going to buy the ones that I like. So the next series that I have 2 more series. The next series that I have is going to be an Ember in the Ashes. I recently purchased all the books in that series because of Tahira. She basically sold me on it. Tahira from Sincerely Tahira can sell you anything that she puts her mind to. So I know a little bit about what the book is about, but I'm honestly just going into it on the premise that Tahira said that she likes it. And the covers are actually pretty cute, and I know that I want to get into them at some point. The last book series that I have was also in my books I've never read, and you guys were like, you gotta read Brandon Sanderson because his writing is just there, and you guys know my taste, and you know the books that I like to read, high dense fantasy with amazing writing. And I was told that I need to jump into Brandon Sanderson, so I bought the Mistborn box set, and it's sitting here all pretty, and it'll be read at some point or another. I just have no idea when. Also don't know what this is about. Listen, if you want to know what books are about, I don't know if I'm the channel for you. I don't. I like to take a leap and a jump of faith and just, you know what I'm saying, let God have his will. Yeah, I just don't read synopsis, guys. Sorry. So those are all those series that I definitely want to get into, that I know that once I get my hands on them, I'm going to sit down and read them and probably run through them. If you guys have read any of the series on this list, comment below. Let me know what you thought, if you loved them or if you hated them. And also tell me which ones you guys are excited for me to read. If you guys want some vlogs or reviews on any books that I've mentioned here, let me know in the comments. I'm here to give the people what they want, and I will see you guys in my next video, or, you know, click right here and you can see more of Monae.